Hey, welcome to the show. I'm the Crypto Kid, and in these videos we take a look at Bitcoin and everything that's happening in the world of cryptocurrencies. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button because we do make daily videos and everything in the news in regards to the blockchain world. So let's jump right in, and we'll start off with Bitcoin Cash this morning. And I'll be honest with you, it was a pretty late night for myself because if you've been following along, you will know that we hit some pretty low numbers. And it got me a little bit, well, let's just say I was watching for quite a while, but thankfully we have seen some retracing back up to those higher numbers. We hit about 1200 at a high this morning, and we are climbing as though it seems to be the case, currently at about $1,083 USD. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin just actually had a little bit of a dip here, and you'll see that it has been trying to break through that $8,000 mark. It's hit a ceiling at about 7,900, or actually just below the $8,000 mark. So will it go past that 8,000 mark? We'll have to see, because that is some all-time high material, and it is going to be interesting to see what happens with that. So I've been paying attention to the mining profitability as well. Bitcoin Cash has been sitting around that top 3 number, but Bitcoin itself isn't too far behind. Last night it was about $17. It was getting really high, and it's really interesting to see where the hash power is sitting. Now the difficulty has been decreasing over the last day or two, and we've seen hash power kind of go in towards Bitcoin's side. This is Bitcoin Cash here, and you can see that we are climbing, but the trend has slowly been going lower. But it is interesting because we've seen some stability. So now that we've hard forked with the DAA, that automatic adjustment, will be interesting to see how that plays out, because Bitcoin Cash, as you can see, has kind of been climbing there steadily over the past 2 or 3 days as well. And in the news, you've seen some talk about this S2X. Will it happen? Well, we passed that mark this morning. We're just crossing that 11 a.m. period as we do this video now. And at the moment, we haven't seen anything come in. Coinbase actually came out with a statement saying that they have re-enabled that downtime, that scheduled downtime that was planned just in the case that we would see something happen. And an article I was just taking a peek at here, what happened? Well, they took a look at all the tweets, and they kind of said, well, look, nothing big has happened, no blocks have been made. And myself, I've been watching it as well, and we're seeing that signaling intention decrease as we go forward. You're seeing it just plummet there, and currently we haven't seen any blocks. This is the hash rate again. We haven't seen any blocks being created here. Let's just follow a little bit further down here, and you can see that nothing has been created. I want to make sure that I have got that on the most current block. But yeah, no blocks have been created, at least up until now. Now there was some intention that one could be created. Nothing has happened yet, and we haven't seen the hash power decrease at all. So we'll continue to monitor this and keep an eye out on this as well. But as we can see, the intention has slowly been decreasing here. So that fork that we thought potentially could happen so far hasn't. Now let's take a peek at this, because I did want to mention that hash, this is the Bitcoin hash power, or hash rate I should say. And though it has been climbing, we did see it stop and decrease, especially when we saw that Bitcoin Cash steal majority of that hash power and becoming increasingly more profitable to mine Bitcoin Cash. Now, will we see this continuing to drop? I'm really excited to see where this will go, because not only is the volatility increasing, but we're also seeing a slow trend moving downwards. So that will be interesting to see, because we all know that it will have a mirroring effect with Bitcoin Cash. So again, we will follow this, and it is interesting to see what happens with Bitcoin Cash, because thankfully we are out of those lower numbers, and we saw some pretty impressive climbs happening this morning, and we can only hope that that will increase as well. So in the news, we saw some contributing factors to Bitcoin itself. One of the largest world ATMs has actually said that, look, we're going to be releasing Bitcoin as a service on our ATMs. Now they're kicking this, or rolling it out, I should say, in South Korea. Now, the one interesting thing I can add to this is they haven't specified that it will be BTC. Now, we can assume that it probably will be, but I know one thing is for sure. When you take a look at Bitcoin Cash, um, majority of the support is in Korea. So if we scroll down here and we take a look to see Korea, South Korea, there we go. You'll notice that this is Bitcoin. So if you look at this, total it up in the 24-hour, the volume, it's only at about, a measly half a billion. But if you jump over to, say, Bitcoin Cash, you'll notice that they've got, just on Bithumb alone, 24 hours, they've seen over a billion just over a billion come out of that exchange alone. And if you add all these up, we're sitting at almost $1.5 billion in volume traded just in the last 24 hours. So with that said, in my opinion, if they were going to have service, it should be for Bitcoin Cash. Now you'll notice that the article does mention here that just days ago that Square revealed that they were going to be adding BTC, and they did specify BTC. But now when you look at the company here, not only is the company Hyosung, but Bitcoin itself, Bitcoin.com, hasn't mentioned anything about it being BTC. So that'll be interesting to see, because if they are rolling this out in South Korea, and it's going to be Bitcoin Cash, that would be an amazing feat for the coin and the chain itself. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but it's just something that jumped out to me. Now we were looking at other coins. I'm going to hit that refresh to make sure we're looking at the most current, and you will see that Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin itself are rallying together, which is really cool to see, because not only that, but we saw Ethereum climbing as well as Litecoin, and typically you see some of that action being pulled from one or the other, but for them all to be climbing together is an interesting topic in itself. And I will be continuing to look at other coins. Neo has been on my radar for some reason lately. So I'm going to be doing a bit more research myself to look into that. I was supporting Neo a bit in the past, but moved away from that, as well as many other altcoins. And again, I will be going into some topics about what I'm doing and some other coins that interest me, especially privacy coins. There's a topic right now going on with privacy coins in Bitcoin Cash, and the opportunity that Bitcoin Cash has to kind of have more of a competitive edge against Bitcoin in offering some more privacy options, or making the coin more secure. So let's take a look at this. I did mention the Naga topic that's coming out in a few days here. They're going to be accepting Bitcoin Cash as well. And the reason I want to bring up these other altcoins is that, when you do invest in these coins, it's not only important to make sure that it's something you fully support in different levels, but also where you're going to be storing these coins. And I mentioned the other day that I do support Ledger and other hardware wallets, not only because it's a safe place to keep your coins, but the variety that some of these offer, and not only that, the support that they offer throughout these hard forks. I know with Trezor there was a lot of backlash about them not supporting the S2X coin, and it really creates an added layer of frustration and effort that you have to go through to move your coins around. Now, Ledger, I did bring that up because they do offer a wide variety of coins, which is something that I found pretty cool. Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Zcash, Dash, and other altcoins that just give you that option, as well as Neo. So now if you had some other coin and you were hoping to store it on a hard wallet, maybe in the future Ledger will be giving service to these coins, but it's just not guaranteed. So it's something added to look into. So I'll leave a link towards picking up one of these with my referrals if you want to check that out. You can also, again, make sure that you do watch the price, because a lot of these are coming from third parties, and you want to make sure that you're not getting them at a low point where they have only one left and they jack that price up, because I've seen these go up quite expensive. So just keep an eye out for that, and we will continue to monitor what's going on with the potential 2X, which seems to be fading out in power, but you do never know. These things tend to come out out of nowhere, and those tend to be the times that they do affect you most. So looks pretty good. Bitcoin Cash continuing to rise. Bitcoin itself down, struggling to break through that $8,000 mark. We'll keep an eye out for that as well. So again, thanks for watching. If you like that video, hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit that share button, make sure to tell some friends about Bitcoin Cash. Get them on board. It's still a lot of time to get excited about this incredible world of cryptocurrency. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.